It's another video that I was not able to make. And we're going to be tackling two things together. Um, One is going to be this cable that I bought off of eBay um, that did come in the mail, and I have tested, and also a pair of in-ear monitors that came from AliExpress. Now, we're just going to pause the video. I'm going to be bringing up the website and also another YouTube video that I'll be using as a just a little reference to. Okay, I got the windows open. Here is um, the in-ear monitors. Now, these things apparently, all right, are basically supposed to be Shure 846s or SE 846s, and you can get these with a cable, without the cable, etc. Now, this is what's really interesting is that this specific ad, it's specifically this ad, it does come with a cheapo cable. You don't just get the buds. I ditched the cable completely, and I gotta say that's 89 US. Okay, here's his YouTube video. This is a guy called K Dubs. A little shout out to him. He actually is the reason why I bought these. Um, the little unboxing, it literally looks just like it does in the video. This unboxing here, I came in a small box, bubble wrap to hell, which is really good, and then it came with a little pouch, but it didn't come with that bag with that gold-plated cable. That's something that's really interesting that I want to point out. It didn't come with that. Okay, um, it was already inside. It was already inside and attached to the in-ear monitors, which is actually funny because he said that he ordered the cable separately, and that's why I wanted to point out that if you buy this, you actually will get two cables if you ask for the cable. Because if you open it, you're gonna see right here, there's already a cable inside. So that's kind of interesting. Just want to make sure I point it out if you're gonna decide to buy these. You do get like a two-sized little like rubber tips, silicone tips that are just not, they're not good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they're not good. They feel a little cheap, so I'd say if you have Shures already, use those instead. And then another piece of the puzzle here is actually a replacement cable that I was supposed to review and compare, which is this upgradable MMCX cable, silver. This little advertisement here is 21 bucks US. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be covering today all in this one video. So the case. I got to say that this case feels pretty good. It's substantial. It's harder than a Shure case. Let's just be real here. So the 315s that I own, which I actually have now passed on to my mom, I'll just say that this is a lot more tighter. It's a lot more smaller, but the case definitely is a lot more harder. That's something that I kind of like. It's got a nice low profile as well, plus that little clip, so that's kind of good. On the inside, it has that little mesh um, that you can put the tips and also your adapter in, which is beautiful. So if you need to worry about that kind of stuff, you have that. I gotta get lighting here, guys. I'm so sorry. The tips. So the tips are those little silicone tips right now. I actually put them away. I'm using some aftermarket tips that I just feel a lot more comfortable using, which I'll be talking about in a moment too. But yeah, I keep these all in a little bag, and I just put these away in here. The typical. But yeah, that's pretty much all you really get is a cheapo cable, and then you get the actual in-ear monitors. Now, I've talked about this cable before. I have, but I haven't talked about the silver cable. And holy cow, can I just say, there is no difference, okay? For my ears, I don't think there's a difference in quality. They're both the same. Whether or not you get this only silver-plated, whatever gauge, tied how many times around some cow testicles, I don't know. These things sound exactly the same as these gold ones. The only difference is that this gold cable is just massive. It feels like I'm not saying that it feels like more is quality, but it's got some weight to it, and it's not typically It's not typically the case with this. The silver one feels very light, but the connector feels good. The way it was made feels basically on par with the gold silver plated braided cable. Um, it's just some guy, I bet, who just made this literally at home. Like that's how I feel about this, like about both cables. So they feel exactly the same. The only benefit to the silver one, I think, is for performance. You can get really fatigued wearing in-ear monitors, and it's only strictly because of cable weight. I don't think that's something that is covered. I think they talk about weight maybe a little bit, like the cable weight, but I have to say that if you're wearing it for a long time, yeah, it gets to you, especially when you're wearing it properly, when you're putting the cable behind your back and it's leaning in there or something. Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. But the actual in-ears themselves, they look a lot different from the Shure's, the 315s that I owned. They definitely do. They are a lot more, you can feel it on the body that it's a little cheaper on the body side. And then on the inside, the guts and stuff. There's something interesting getting on. So he described how there's definitely some bass in these, and how he, as in that day guy. So sorry, let me bring up that video again. This day guy here, right? K Dubs, sorry. He described like bass and how if you were to wear these, they feel a lot more expensive than they are. Do they? Yes, yes, they do. I'm gonna have to confirm and be a little bit honest. I kind of wanted to be skeptical and say no. There's no way that uh these sound good for the price. And then I did the jump. I did the jump and I wore them. And then I was like, oh my god. Um, they have they have a little bit of weight to them. They're not like heavy heavy. It's got a metal. Um, I don't even know what that's called. That's how you know I don't review in-ears. Okay, this thing is metal. Okay, it's the little cone thing that goes into your ear. That's metal. Um, the connector. There's like a little washer that you get. It's a small spherical washer with the 315s. I'm using that. If it bends and it's actually like inside the port, you won't get any sound. That's something that happened to mine. I was just like, buddy, longevity. I think these just broke. But apparently for K, his lasted for 4 months. I'm gonna try to hope that these last for 4 months. But I just gotta say right now, with this cable, or with the light cable, the light silver cable, um, everything all fits. Everything works really well. I wore these with the Magni 3 Modi 3. I use these on the Scarlett. I use these on my phone, and I also use these on the DAC. And they're warm. They're a very warm in ear, and they're not muddy. They got some good imaging. They don't hurt my ears, like they don't pierce my ears in the highs or anything. They're a very interesting purchase. Like if you want to take a little risk, okay, they'll take a while to get here, because they are from AliExpress or from China, I believe. They will take a bit, but that was really quick. Shipping to Canada only took like 2 weeks. That wasn't even a month. I was thinking it'd take a month, but it even got here earlier than the tracking. Let's just put it that way. It was already crossed the border before the tracking could really keep up, and I got them before the tracking said it was delivered. So depending, I think your mileage may vary on shipping and stuff, but yeah, I love these sounds that are coming out of these. And I mean, the only complaints I'd have is that, yeah, like the build quality, like the plastic here, it's smooth. Okay, it's smooth, but when you put two plastics together, okay, and then for like really good products, you don't feel the seam. You can feel the seam on these. It also looks like, what's it called? It also looks cheap. Like on the inside, you can kind of tell it looks cheap, but whatever the hell they did inside this to save money but still get good quality, I don't even understand. Like that's how that's how much I know about in-ear monitors. Okay, I don't know what to talk about here. But yeah, I'd say two things: buy these, get replacement ear tips that you're comfortable with. For me, I really like this mushroom shape. That's what I've been kind of adopting recently. The memory foams, they work, but it's just that they just tend to come out for me. So I really like these like kind of mushroom shaped plugs. I like these a lot better. So I've been using these a lot more. So hopefully, okay, you guys consider buying one of these, a pair of these. They're so cheap, $100. These are cheaper than the Shure 315s. So yeah, that's a little video. Take the big care, be the big safe. Thanks to Kay for sending, what's it called? Not sending, but like showing that video of him unboxing and buying these, because I wouldn't have bought these if there was another review about these. And holy cow, man, these are really good. These are really, really good, actually, for the price. Really happy with this purchase.